Hey y'all, it's Charisma. Welcome back. Traveling with Charisma Cam, where I teach women like you how to travel with your kids on a budget and have fun while doing it. So, budget, that's the key. You gotta have money to have a budget. You gotta have money to travel. You don't have to be rich, however, you do need to have funds. So, today we're going to talk back about money matters. We're going to talk about a little bit about where I am in my journey and give you some tips on where you should be in your journey. So, as a lot of you know, I guess the question is, are we in a recession or are we going into the recession? Regardless of what that answer is, this is the time to get ready to buy. So, for those of you that were already planning to move forward in buying, this is the time. If you have been watching your market, which I hope you have, you're looking on Zillow, you're looking on Redfin, even if you're looking on Facebook Marketplace, what you should be noticing is that first big thing is properties are staying on the market longer. They're no longer going in 24 to 48 hours. We're starting to see where they're staying on the market for at least a week minimum, but more in most cases. The second thing you'll notice is that property prices are dropping. They are decreasing every day. So before, where you were overbidding, there's no bidding wars going on like there were. People aren't really overbidding. At this point, you're getting to the point where you're lucky if you get in if you're gonna make the listing price. So this is the time that you need to be able to evaluate those deals. You need to be able to say, I can pay this much for this property based on charging these amount of rents. Those are things that you need to know. You need to be able to pull in and find out how much it costs for your CapEx and to manage your property. You need to be able to calculate those vacancy rates. Things are changing in this market. You need to be ready. You need to know where you want to invest. Sometimes investing in your own back door isn't the best thing. I live in Atlanta. Atlanta is a very expensive market. It's a very good market, but it's a very expensive market. Although it's a great market to invest in, everybody doesn't have the capital to invest in a market where the average home price is $200,000 to $300,000. Maybe you need to be looking at other markets outside. And when I say markets, that's the area, the cities, the states outside of where you live. If you live in a major bustling city like DC, Atlanta, Philly, just these expensive markets, New York, it may be better for you to look at markets outside of where you live. For me, that's definitely what I do. I like to look outside of where I live and refocus my efforts. Now, if you don't know how to evaluate a market and determine if you should be investing there, then that's another thing. Those are things that you need to learn. You need to get ready for the downturn. The downturn is this market that is dropping and it's ready for buyers. There will be foreclosures coming out here. There will be properties that's on the market that's decreasing in prices. And as they say, cash is queen. They normally say king, but I say queen. So if you have cash, then this is about the time that you're going to be spending it. If you don't have cash, you need to learn where to find it at and how to get it, because it's happening. This is it. This is the market. This is what we're doing right now. So you need to be ready. So I've had some question about residential versus commercial. My background is residential. However, I'm going into the commercial sector. Commercial means more money. It's big money. So you either need to have big money or you need to know how to raise big money. which is a totally different ball game. If if that's not something that you're ready for, or even if that's not something that you're looking at, residential is still major. House hacking, wholesaling. Wholesaling is going to be huge again. It's always wholesaling, never went away. It never goes away. Somebody getting a property and selling it for a profit. That's a great way to make money. It's a great way to make cash. Add on $5,000 to $10,000 just from going from a seller and finding them a buyer. There's people that make tons of money in wholesaling. House hacking, you get 2 to 4 units. You live in one and you rent out the other. That is the others. You make money that way. You pay off your mortgage. You get out of debt quicker that way. You want to make sure that your credit is in order. Yes, your credit, because you're still going to need a mortgage. So whether that's your personal credit, your business credit, you need to get that in order. You need to know these things so you can go into the market. So for that reason, and since I know that we're on a downturn and it is time to buy, I am doing another real estate challenge, 4-day real estate challenge for women, to get you to buy your first property. During this challenge, we will be talking about how to find and evaluate your market, where you get the money from. If you don't have the money already, getting your credit together. Those things are very important. We're also going to talk about building your team, because no man is an island. You have got to have a team surrounding you, especially if you're not investing locally. And the thing is, even if you are investing locally, because I do have local investments, the thing is, I am a real estate investor. I am not a landlord. I do not strive to be a landlord. I do not strive to check in on you monthly. I do not strive to pick up rent checks. Everything that I do is automated. I'm not doing that. I can't travel the world and be at your front door knocking on it once a month. I can't do that. And I do not strive to do that. Even when I lived in the States, I wasn't that person. I was always a real estate investor. So it's very important that you decide what it is that you want to be and what your goals are early on. So I will post the link for that challenge. That challenge actually starts Monday the 15th. So there's not a lot of time to get into that challenge, and the people are limited. However, I will post that because if you are serious about your first deal, then you need to bring it. Classes like this normally cost hundreds of dollars. I'm not charging hundreds of dollars because that's not my goal. My goal is not to become rich off of giving you this information. My goal is to make sure that you find a way to become financially free as well. So we will be starting that challenge on Monday. As far as what I'm doing, because I told you I would keep you abreast of what I'm doing, I actually have a couple of challenges going on. So I invest in commercial. I am switching over to investing in commercial real estate, and in doing so, I actually am doing a 9-week challenge for that as well. That one is not open to the public, but that is something that I'm doing. I am doing pretty much the same things you're doing. The same things I'm teaching you how to do in the residential market is what I'm doing in the commercial market. I'm looking at the markets that I need to invest in, making sure I have the capital, making sure that I have my goals planned. I do have a goal that by the end of this year, I will have a commercial property. It is about goals and those interventions to make it happen. You're not gonna make anything happen without moving forward and making these goals and interventions. If you need help, let's get started. Let's start on Monday and get this done. I'm just a big proponent in setting certain things. I am going to Africa in January, and the only way I am going to make it there is if I add another property to my portfolio. That's not from a financial perspective. That's not from anyone else telling me that. That is from knowing what I need to do to reach certain goals to move forward. I have to tell myself these are things that I have to get done. These are goals that we're setting. These are very, very important. So Everybody is not meant to be an entrepreneur. Everybody is not meant to be a real estate investor. Everybody is not meant to travel around the world. So this is for those that this is a passion of yours. This is something that you really want to do. Are you ready to move forward? Because I'm telling you, it's coming. It's here. So if you're ready to do it, then you need to jump on board now. Because after this, I don't know when this is coming back again, but it may be a minute. We may stay in this downturn for a while. We may stay in this recession for a while, but you need to be ready. You have to be ready and willing and available to catch the next deal, because that's what I'm doing. You know, I'm taking some trips down to some of these areas that I want to invest in, drive around, see what's down there, you know, but I'm doing the research. I can't just jump in my car and drive to every city in the U.S. I got to do the research. I got to make sure I have all of that, all of the information I need. I need to be able to strike out a city if the research does not show that this city is worthy of me investing in. I need to be able to move forward and say that house does not meet the numbers that I have put in place. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, I like this, that, and the other. But if the numbers don't work, this deal is going to be trash. I had a friend tell me she invested in a deal that she thought was a deal that actually ended up being a lemon. When in actuality, it's not that it's a lemon. There were things in this house that needed to be done. Did you inspect this property before you bought it? Too many times we get these mentors that rip us off. Yeah, they do. They rip us off a lot. They rip us off. And what happens is we overpay for a house, an apartment, whatever. We overpay for the property because we did not put in the CapEx. If you don't know what the CapEx is, then yeah, you need to be coming to this challenge. You need to know these repairs that you're going to need. You need to be aware of what's going to need to be replaced in the next 5 years. You need to know these things, because if you don't, you then end up believing that what you bought was a lemon, when in actuality, if you did your budget correctly and you put all of these things in here, then you would have paid a much lower price. So if you have a property that is $50,000, it needs $15,000 worth of work, then you know you cannot pay any more than $35,000 for this property. So no, it won't be a lemon, because you know ahead of time, I need 15 grand worth of work. I can't go a penny over 35,000. And if you all cannot come to a number that is under 35,000, you walk away. You do not get emotionally attached to this property. This property, you don't know this property from anybody. This ain't your house. This is an investment. You do not get emotionally attached. So that's all I got for y'all. Watch out, because I'm going to do some videos. I'm surveying some of these cities, showing you what I'm looking at, showing you how I'm going to go about buying some property. And I'll see y'all next time. Ciao.